Let's see if this sound is working. Still not used to how the sound changes. Hold on. It's it with OBS. There we go. Stream manager. Alright. Sounds pretty good. Maybe a bit too harsh. Let me try and see if I can fix that. Hello. Okay, should be pretty good. All right. Hello everyone. How are we doing? I should have my chat here. Hold on. I should pull that up. And that is not that. Let's see. Nope, not that. There we go. All right, I should have everything. All right, let me know how it sounds. You know, I should divide my screen. That would be best. Okay. And how do I? I'm not. Okay, and now this. Okay, not perfect, but at least I have two things with me. All right, how does it sound? Let me know. There we go. All right, hello everyone. Now the administrational stuff is out of the way. Welcome back to the third installment of Where the Water Tastes Like Wine. Let's see. To recap, last time we did not that much, to be honest. We did found two new different characters. So let's briefly bring them up. We met Lil Ben, the coal miner, and Franklin. Again, we had a lot of issues last time because we were really trying to get some positive stories, but so far the positive stories and the happy stories, the hopeful ones and the funny ones, are not with us. We didn't find any, so this time we're going to try our best to make sure that we find something. So we came from Ohio. We're not going to Michigan just yet. We said we're going to go south. So in my opinion, I think it's best if we go here, we cross a bit of Indiana, and basically through Kentucky so we can get to Tennessee. If we get to Tennessee, we can go all the way to Georgia and then meet maybe another character. So we need to go southwest. That's kind of what we need to go for now. Let's see. Southwest. So let me get this story out of the way, because why not? There you go. This man can barely wait to get through the pleasantries before asking if you heard this story. 110% true, he says. I heard it from my nephew and it happened to someone he knows well. Okay, well, let's hear it. The man launches into his telling. It's polished. He's obviously done this many times before. He tells you the story of the Leatherman whose ghost haunts Connecticut. You recognize the bones of it from your experience of the Leatherman's cave. It's been embellished in the interim, though. Listen. Afterwards, you thank the man and move onwards. You'll have to remember that version, even if it's not quite what happened. It's a good story. Alright. Two things to... Hold on. Southwest. So we need to cross right there.
The storm swept in just before sundown, heralded by a purple sky and electricity in the air. He sought shelter alongside a grizzled farmer. All he can do is pace, muttering to himself. Can't just stay here. You catch. Gotta find her.
Okay, who's that?
He looks up at you. My daughter was out down the road. He balls his fists. God, fuck this. He hauls open the door, shielding his face from the fierce dust. He runs out into the storm.
We're going to help him.
The dust scours your skin, and razor winds whip at your clothing. You struggle for breath. The maelstrom has turned the world murky red. You don't see the farmer. You press on through the storm. You see the farmer up ahead. He's on his knees. A great, dark shape made from swirling
We just lost
dust
half of our health.
looms over him. You manage no more than a cough. The dust thing engulfs the man in his body. The storm whips faster. You can't breathe. You have to get back to shelter. You make it to safety, but don't manage any sleep. The storm settles in the early hours. You find the farmer laid out in the street, his corpse a shriveled mass. He has one arm stretched out in front of him, as if to crawl.
So we have not even been live for like 10 minutes and we already killed someone. Alright, that's great. And we have half our health. Okay, that's...
Stacks of suitcases grind the parked Model A deeper into the dirt. An extended family inside defies the carrying capacity of the vehicle. The driver leans out the window. Want this? He swings a violin around by its neck. 10 bits. We need it for gas. You hear a muffled pounding from somewhere within the car.
Oh, do.
6 bits then. We need it for gas. The pounding becomes frantic.
You know what? We're not gonna buy
The
that.
back door breaks open, and a girl crawls over the laps of dusty bodies. Don't you dare! That belongs to Louise Ames, she shouts at you. Louise Ames! She's dragged back into the writhing nest of limbs, and the door slams shut. On your way, the driver tells you.
Damn, should we have bought it then? Because, I mean, I didn't want to, like... Okay, hold on. Indianapolis, where is that? I mean, it's probably here, right? I kind of want to figure out what that is, but... we kind of do need a city, to be honest. Okay, where's the closest city? I mean, we are at the closest city, so... could we maybe... yeah, we could do one of these, right? Store a blue plate special. And let's try to earn money, because I don't want to have nothing in there. All right, we get some, we lose some, I guess. Oh. Oh, I thought we had our health that was gone. Okay, you know what? We got some money, so let's cross. How do you cross? You need to go south. Okay, so here. Right there. Oh wait, we do have our health. All right, let's see. Now where? So I guess we need to follow the river south to Kentucky. That's this way. All right. Wait, so no, we just need to go south. I mean, I don't see... We could go there, but that doesn't seem like we can do a lot over there. Again, probably best to stay with the road, right? There's a campfire there, so we'll probably stop there as well. But Nashville is over there, so we're going to make our way first to Chattanooga, and then all the way to Nashville. We could go to Atlanta.
The soldier sits in the dirt with his legs splayed out, like a child would sit. Beneath the tattered fabric of his antique uniform, several open wounds fester in the hot sun.
All right.
Lend a hand, traveler?
Help
You
the man.
kneel in front of the soldier. His body is marked with bullet holes, along with deeper wounds that could be from knives or bayonets. Maggots squirm inside the raw, red flesh. About time I earned an amputation. You seen any bluebellies around?
What are blue bellies?
The soldier leans in, uncomfortably close to inspect your features. Were his pupils solid white before now? He tilts his head, narrows his eyes, sniffs you. What are you, stranger?
Pardon?
Shadow falls on the soldier's face. You damn Yankee! He pulls you in by the wrist and drives a Bowie knife into your gut. As the blade bites your flesh, the soldier stares into your eyes, his body dispersing into the wind like a cloud of dandelion seeds.
Wait, did we die? Oh. Oh, we need medical assistance immediately.
He sings as he works, his voice warm and soft as the late afternoon sun.
We need
The air
medical
sweet
assistance.
with the tang of recently
How did we
cut
get-
sugar cane.
Why is it?
There's a practice,
You know what? It's fine.
almost soothing precision to the way he works. He looks up and nods hello. Making molasses. he says to your unasked question. I sell the blackstripe in town. Farmers use it for feed. Bitter as hell. He grins.
It smells kind of
I
strange.
don't notice it no more. I've been doing this a while. I keep back a few bottles to share. I don't charge neither. Folks around here need what they can get. Makes a mean loaf of bread. He nods at the barrels. I'm about done filtering. Got to boil it next. Lend a hand? You help him haul the barrels over to the metal boiler. You pour in the juice and set the fire. It's hot work. He fetches water and dark bread, and you share the small meal and a
I think we
smile.
might have died.
It's good to find another who takes joy in honest labor.
Oh, we actually gained some health. All right, that's good. All right, that makes me feel a bit better.
First tree in a mile, and it's a stout myrtle with bald branches. No relief from the sun out here. Leaves would help. Someone hadn't replaced them all with dusty glass bottles.
Okay, that's a weird thing to do.
You cool down in the shade. The breeze blows through the bottles, making a series of heavy, hollow sounds. You think about wind chimes and the smell of fresh pies on windowsills.
Ooh, a nice pie.
The dense sound of many conversations cuts your nap short. There's no one around. Not until you look up at the bottles. They're filled with bright blue orbs, and words echo from them. None seem to notice your presence.
We need the funny stuff, so...
Can't get enough. Porcelain, chrome, the rusty ones. Gotta turn those sleek faucets. Ever find me in a hardware store, I'm gonna haunt it till the cows come home.
Laughter rumbles inside neighboring bottles.
Okay. Alright. So, what we're going to do now is we are going to find the campfire, which is probably there, and then the city. As soon as you get from the city, we're going to meet this new character. So we are on our way to have 2 new characters. Actually, let's try the city first and then make our way back. That would make a lot more sense. I don't think there's a lot we can do here, but... Enter Nashville. Explore, as usual.
From the windows of the store, you can hear a radio, turned all the way up, tuned to the Grand Ole Opry show being played across town. 2 young girls sit outside listening to the music. Suddenly, it cuts off.
Ooh,
They howl in protest.
yeah. You know what? Let's talk to him.
Despite their obvious vexation, neither of the girls seems inclined to enter the store to see why the broadcast ceased. They seem to be preparing to leave on their bikes. When you approach,
Wait.
one says,
Don't bother. Always stops exactly this time, every week.
Wait, this is a soda shop, right? One of those.
the other one matter-of-factly says,
That's when he died.
and before you can ask anything else, they've ridden away.
All right, let's take a peek.
Window is so grimy you can barely see through the glass. But it's obvious there's nothing to see anyway. It's dark and empty. There's certainly no radio, nor any people. Just a lot of sad dust, marked where the furniture used to stand. Old memories, carted away.
Very poetic. All right, so the haunted music store. Let's try to earn some money. Can I just... Okay. look for work. The thing is, we haven't really done anything we can panhandle, so I'm not sure how that works. I think we need something before we can do something with that. Sure. Okay, so he needs help moving cases of compressed pop fizz into the back room. Okay, so that is easy. And now we can get something. Hot chick. Okay. Now we have no money. So let's... Oh. Okay, we don't have any money, so that's fine. That's fine. Let's check the map. We need to go south, all the way south. Yep, that's here. First here, and then over there in another camp. Let's meet this new character. All right, let's see. Althea, full of the blues. Ooh.
I wanted to be the best blues singer in the world. By God, I was.
I believe you. Hold on.
I was born a poor girl in Memphis, Tennessee. No father. He run out. No mama either. She was there.
This
but
OST?
she weren't there, really.
Huh. Damn. Both parents.
All alone but for my Uncle Richard. My baby brother Marcus. All alone but for the guitar.
Okay.
I'm in the mood for a good, hopeful story. You got any?
Yes, ma'am, I do. Actually, let's tell the tale of the brothers first. Right? Hold on, just give me a second. Wait, where is the story of the? Hold on. Little Ben struggle? No, we don't have. We need to talk about struggles. I mean, this could work, right? All right. Let's see. I mean, we could tell Androgyne. Androgyne is pretty positive, but let's start my secret weapon for now. Right here. That's the one. You tell the story of the two brothers who wandered seeking each other for
It's good to light the darkness every
51
once in a
years.
while.
Exactly.
You want to hear about my family?
Yeah.
Uncle would save me bread and milk. Uncle would play his songs for me and I would clap and laugh. Uncle would press my fingers to the string, tell me, go on ahead, girl.
Okay.
Then Uncle died.
Oh. Why?
Ooh, now I'm in the mood for a story with a bit of that tragedy to it.
A bit of tragedy. You know what? I'm going to tell you the story of the soldier and who? Hold on, where is it? I mean, you could tell Mason. Mason is really tragic. You know what? Mason it is. That's as tragic as it gets.
Oh, now that pain. I wasn't one to accept death. To live beside it, that wasn't my way.
Mm-hmm.
I told myself I was running away to take care of my brother Marcus. But I was just running.
Okay.
Ooh, how about a story about the dark and scary things in the world?
Ooh, hold on. I don't think she's gonna really be scared. Like, a lot of these characters don't scare easy.
Oh, that's a scary one.
Oh. I think my luck is turning around this stream. Hold on. All right.
I got stories about sadness.
Okay.
Something in my mama just broke when my father left.
Yeah.
Couldn't get her to eat most days, let alone feed me and my brother. Ooh, how about a story about the dark and scary things in the world?
Maybe this one? The story of the massive thunderstorm. Do we have something else? Ooh, she might like this one, the curse.
Ooh, now, that sends shivers up my spine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard stories about fate.
Alright.
Man, he told me with my voice and my songs, I was gonna be a star.
But he lied.
Ooh, now I'm in the mood for a story with a bit of that tragedy to it.
Maybe Ben? I mean, little Ben is kind of tragic too.
That's like a song. Pretty and sad.
Yeah.
Some folks got choices. I was choosing between having nothing and having something.
Alright.
I didn't know it was a devil's bargain then. Ah, the sun is up. One more night gone. I need to be going.
Okay.
If you want to hear more about the deal I made, you can look for me up the road this way.
Okay, that's north. Okay. We're going south though, so we'll catch up with you later.
I was about 25 when I left my first record contract. No more richer than I was before.
25?
Those men took me around like a freak show. Me and my guitar and my sad songs. I didn't know what to do once I was free again.
Oh.
Alone, drinking my sorrows. That's where the devil found me.
Of course you did. Okay, we couldn't go up, but we need to go southeast, so we might pass here again. Alright. Southeast it is. This soundtrack, like, I've played a lot of games in my time, but not a lot of games have this type of, like, every song feels like it was written with purpose. You know what I mean? Like, it is like a song you could listen to, like, on Spotify or YouTube or whatever. And this type of genre is underrated. Like, the whole blues, old school stuff. I mean, again, I'm not an expert on these things, but I know I know good music when I hear it, right? All right, so we could do something here. So let's risk it, and let's see what this is.
Faded shotgun houses sit in rows under the tall shadows of smokestacks. A worker in full uniform hollers from a porch. "Hey, traveler! Join me inside. Got some literature here."
Okay, I don't trust it for a
As you
second.
shut the door, the man glances out the window and draws the shades. "Landlord toss you out? Ha! Don't mind me, it's none of my business." You glance over the man's shoulder to see inside the compartment. Canned goods, a pile of leaflets, the wood stock of a rifle. He replaces the board and stands.
He's about to shoot
He
us.
hands you a can of whole potatoes. then a leaflet which reads, "No evictions, no fascists, no hunger." Headed back to the shop, but we'll have a Bible meet soon.
Bible meet?
Bible meet. If you don't know James 5:1 by heart, learn it. That's our favorite scripture.
Okay, you know what? I'm actually gonna look that up because I'm kind of curious. I know nothing about the Bible. I'm not religious by any means. James 5:1. Warning to rich oppressors. Now listen, you rich people, weep and wail because of the misery that is coming on you. Your wealth has rotted, and moths have eaten your clothes. Your gold and silver are corroded. Their corrosion will testify against you and eat your flesh like fire. You have hoarded wealth in the last days. Look, the wages you failed to pay the workers who mowed your fields are crying out against you. The cries of the harvesters have reached the ears of the Lord Almighty. You have lived on earth in luxury and self-indulgence. You have fattened yourself in the day of slaughter. You have condemned and murdered the innocent one who was not opposing you. Okay, I didn't know that. Oops, hold on, let me pull my dash back up. And there we go. Alright, let's move on. What is that? Where are we going anyway? Oh, this is like another town, right? Let's... Wait, if I go west, that would be here. And there's not... Oh, that's... We're going there, okay. Hold on, let me turn around and see what's here. Oh, this is Atlanta, okay. You know what? Let's visit Atlanta. I think the real life counterpart is very controversial. I mean, I don't know much about it, but you guys tell me, what is Atlanta like?
You find yourself in a poker game on the 3rd floor of the Winecoff Hotel. Sometimes these things just happen.
Okay. Grant's Hotel.
The man with the burned face to your left, he never gave his name, growls at the smiling man seated on your right. "You ain't got the stomach. I killed men for lessons in that pot." Smiler plays on and takes the hand. The burned man bares his teeth. This hand comes down to the burned man and Smiler. "Walk away, boy," says the burned man. Smiler drops his grin. "Ain't your boy, Roy." Roy's eye twitches. Smiler outplays Roy again, and a new hand comes around.
Alright, let's look at our cards.
Okay, hand. Not a world beater, but not nothing.
You know what? We're gonna press our luck.
For a moment, you think you have it. But Smiler calls and you're outclassed. Roy's preoccupied and has to be nudged into dealing.
Alright.
You finally hit a decent hand.
Make it count.
Roy is still staring at Smiler. "What'd you say your name was?"
I didn't, but it's Jackson.
"Jackson," repeats Roy. "I knew a Jackson once." There's a fierce look in Roy's eye.
We're about to lose, and the card came again. This is how we... the thing is, we should have not done that, because in the first time we streamed this game, we started this entire game with thinking we have a good hand, and then we just lost.
Played it just right.
Oh,
You take the hand and the lion's share of the chips on the table. Smiler cusses. Roy cashes out and slips away. You play a few more rounds, but that hand practically sewed up the game.
I stand corrected.
As you leave the hotel, you smell smoke. You cross the street and look up. Flames have engulfed the 3rd floor. where you played the game. The fire spreads hungrily. People are leaning out of windows on the floors above, but you can't see any way to help.
Okay. Okay, all of our things are full, so let's keep this open for now. Okay, so Atlanta we didn't do a lot, we just explored. So now we need to go west, which is here. Alright. So basically I think that the guy that was upset at us basically said, you know what? If I can't win, you're going to lose regardless. What is... Alright.
The shanty sits on the shore like a lie on a con man's tongue, crowded by thick-spined trees. There's an old man on its porch, and a child, and what looks like 1,000 alligators knotted across the property. "My love's being stubborn," sighs a voice behind you.
Okay.
Washed in the half-light, the voice's owner is a certain strange shade of handsome. He leans a shoulder against a tree, smiles at you. "You gotta help me talk some sense into her. All I need is 5 minutes. She won't let me through." That look on his face, it could strike down God from their hallowed halls. He exhales, a thin cut of noise, before he dips his chin. "Oh, maybe you're right. Maybe I should. Maybe I should tell her sorry like I should have done 10,000 years ago."
Either this guy is completely out of his mind.
"Well, come on then." He crooks a finger at you, and then nimbly, he prowls up to the borders of the house, picking his way through the alligators. "Woman, come out of your house now." A voice ricochets through the air, wry and wreathed in warning. "Ain't nothing good'll come of that." At the reprimand, the man turns to you, questioning look, cocked.
Let's... Ooh, do we sing or do we encourage? I don't know. Thing is, I usually always go for encourage, but I mean, why not sing?
"I was afraid you'd say that." He sighs again before he turns back to that house. The dusk honeys the scales of the drowsing alligators, makes them beautiful. "And that's okay, woman. I know I've wronged you, and I am sorry. I'll make it up to you, promise." A shape glides out of the dark. A woman with burnt black hair, a face full of grudges millennias old. "You really gonna promise that? It might not be pretty." The man nods, solemn-like, hat held over his heart.
We bear
"I
witness.
suppose this is not a bad thing. Like with birth, death deserves a witness."
The woman looks over to the waiting man, his head still bent. Then she draws a sigil in the air, expression grave, and the man folds into himself.
Did we just watch like a witchcraft situation?
He pleats and bends and bulges, his skin layering over itself. His flesh hardens, his mouth grows long. You can tell it hurts. You can tell he wants this like a boy wants his first kiss. Soon, there's only the bayou, only the drone of mosquitoes, Only a witch and her monster.
Okay. We just watched an entire witchcraft ritual. Wait. We went there, right? Okay, so we're going to Birmingham. First the new eye, and then go all the way. Alright, let's see. This kindly old man sharing the shade under the bridge with you tells a few rambling stories. Some true seeming, some conspicuously less so. All true, he assures you. There's history in this place going all the way back to the Indian times. Strange stuff happens around here. Can't all be true. Sure is. He scoffs, and then, as if to prove himself right, he launches into a story about the storm generated by the gigantic bird, and this one you know is the story of the massive thunderstorm, but wilder and stranger than you remember. See then? The old man laughs, so I ain't pulling your leg. It's all true. Alright, let's hope that
You
this...
rest in a field where a well-dressed stranger talks your ear off on all manner of subjects. The weather, fireflies in summer, how combine harvesters work. After a while,
Okay.
the mood shifts.
Heard my death bones this morning.
Death bones?
Death bones. Heard 'em rattle like clank, clink, clank. More startling than wind chimes in a tornado.
He plucks dry grass and chews on a piece.
Ain't much time left now.
You kind of seem young.
That don't matter. I'm fine. Got my savior waiting at the pearly gates.
The man shifts uncomfortably.
At least I do as of this afternoon, I hope. Nearly knocked the pastor's door down earlier.
Okay.
Sure was good to meet you.
The man pauses, rubs his chin in contemplation.
Don't let the bedbugs bite.
He walks off slow. After his silhouette becomes small in the horizon, but before he vanishes, you see him collapse to the ground.
Okay. That's really weird.
We need a sixth.
She told you, beckoning from
A
the steps
seance?
of a great dark mansion.
Okay.
And just like that, you found yourself sitting with strangers around a velvet-draped table. Her voice is reedy and high, modulated by the tight collar of her Victorian dress.
Join hands, everyone.
All right, we're holding hands.
Your host keeps her eyes closed as she beseeches the spirits of the dead. But everyone else around the table lets one lingering, awkward glance bounce around between them. You sense they're just about done humoring her when it happens. A deep, nasty thump beneath the table.
Okay.
The whole table starts to shake, threatening to lift right off the ground. And then, the staid candle flames start flickering like mad, casting ghastly shadows on the walls. And then, a viciously cold wind cuts through the parlor like sharpened ice.
We keep
The
holding.
damned candles are dancing in midair around you now, singeing a hair here and there off the coiffed heads of these well-heeled guests. You notice your host across the table has her eyes open wider than they should go, a rivulet of blood dripping from her nose.
Keep
When you
holding.
come to your senses, sunrise has begun to creep in. The parlor is empty but for you and the woman in the old-fashioned dress, who slumped dejectedly over the table.
He didn't show up. All that sound and fury, and no sign of his spirit.
Okay. This seance. Okay, so we're going to see this guy, and afterwards we really need to... Damn, we kind of deviated really far. You know what? It's fine. Continue. All right.
I take a look at you and figure we're heading to the same place. You've been walking a long time, same as me, trying to find where you fit.
True that. Kinda.
You ever wonder if that place don't exist? No shame in it, I do. Plenty of time I wonder if I'll just walk forever. You start to wonder, how did I get here?
Sure do.
When you're alone, all you have is all this time. Time to trace the lines back to where things started. But anyway, you, know any good true tragedies? I feel like one of those tonight.
You want a tragedy? I got you. Let's start with little Ben. Ease you into it.
I hear you.
Mm-hmm.
Some folks have choice. Sometimes you have options, but no choice. You understand? Sometimes you're told you could do anything, but there's only one thing to do. But anyway, now I feel like hearing a hopeful story. Got any of those?
Hopeful. All right. Let's see. Hopeful. Right here, the two brothers.
Good to hear a story that's more happy than the world really is. Nice to escape.
If you ask for a tragic one, I'm gonna be upset.
Family. The Sharecroppers Union told me they were like a family. You ever get in a firefight for your brothers and sisters? So how about a scary tale? We're here at a campfire in the dead of night after all.
All right.
Well, you're good at telling these.
Hey, finally, someone is recognizing my skills. All right.
There's some sadness out there.
Yeah.
Things get took from you. You realize that things get took from you. You ain't never owned them in the first place. That's a dark place. So, tell me a sad story. Sad and true, okay?
Okay, let's see. Sad and true. Mm-hmm. You know what? Let's tell this finest girl getting married. That's insane and sad, right? I mean, the thing is, we do need to tell Mason's story, because I feel like Mason...
Body and soul. Change. When I was a young man, it took a while for me to accept it. All things change. When I did, I leaned into it hard. Sometimes you need to salt the earth to get where you need to go. You know any good scary stories? Or see something spooky on your way?
I got you. Spooky. We could go to the storm. Wait. Actually, I think you're gonna like this one. The Fortune Teller. It's a classic.
Damn, that's a good one.
I'm glad you liked
felt
it.
lucky before. When I joined the union, it seemed like I was riding on the backs of angels. Like it was a real opportunity. Like God was on my side. Here's the sun. I got to get going. My route goes up this way, but I sure did enjoy talking to you.
Appreciate it. So we are okay. So we need to go east if you want to see him again.
It's probably the kind of story you've heard a million times. Down on your luck, need work, take whatever you can get. How about you? Does my life sound familiar?
It does, kinda. Shaw. All right. Okay, let's see where we are in. Oh. Okay, so we could go back and find him again. You know what? Let's do that because then we can go find Shaw and then meet one more character before we take our stop at Florida because that's where we're going to end. So we need to go east, right? Oh, hold on, wrong one. We need to go east and then south. So east and south. East and south. Okay. We were here, right? So it's all true. The styles of men and women for rebel cause, and this one you know. Ooh, but I like that story originally. Oh, I don't like that change. I like that story in its originality. All right, Shaw, welcome back.
I suppose most expect a Negro to end up in prison.
No, we don't. No, we don't. We expect him to succeed.
Yeah, there's two kinds in my estimation. There's a prison with bars, where they lock you up after they decided you'd done a crime. And there's also the prison without bars.
Okay.
That's everywhere else, if you look hard enough. So, tell me a sad story. Sad and true, okay?
All right, I got one for you. Sad. Right here. That's sad. I'm just gonna tell you.
I hear you.
Yeah, I know you do.
I never loved nothing more than myself. And I ain't ashamed of it.
I got mixed feelings about that.
Somebody had to.
Now it makes sense.
But anyway, you know any good true tragedies? I feel like one of those tonight.
True tragedy. Let's see. Damn, did we actually start to run out of tragedies? No way. That's a scary one. Let's see. You know what? Let's try this dog, because I feel like we haven't used that one before.
Body and soul.
Yes, sir.
My heaven? Strange story there. No, it don't feel good to live under the boot of the law, but you get used to it.
Okay.
Sometimes you find yourself missing it.
How?
But anyway, now I feel like hearing a hopeful story. Got any of those?
The androgen. You know what? Let's try this praying.
Good to hear a story that's more happy than the world really is. Nice to escape.
Mm-hmm.
My face. Well, there come a time you ask the Lord for so much, you just stop asking altogether.
Yeah.
So, tell me a sad story.
Sad and true.
Okay?
You know what? Let's try this one. Because that's kind of sad.
I hear you.
Yeah. I think we had all hits with this one, right?
I felt some strange sadness, yes. When you get a glimpse of real freedom after being away from it for so long, you forget what it was. That can break you.
Uh-huh.
You got any good happy stories? Where things work out for someone, maybe?
Where things work out. I kind of liked it, but I don't think it's gonna work. Because he might not
That
believe
was
it.
a good one. Wish I could have your stories around when I'm in a dark place, you know?
Okay, so we opened the eye completely. So now what?
The future. But what does a body do after they leave prison?
You've been to prison?
Especially when it feels more real on the inside than the outside. Here's the sun. I got to go. My road takes me up this way, but if we meet again, I'll be glad to talk.
Okay, so we need to... Okay, so we would need to go back west, right?
What is a man owed in this life, do you think? I never think I ask or want for much. Just food, shelter, fair pay for honest work. Is it selfish? I truly have to wonder. Is it selfish to feel like you're owed anything at all? Even that? Tell me, brother, what was it that you wanted? What did life bring you instead?
Damn. Hold on, that kind of gave me pause. Okay, so that way is back to Atlanta, where he might be at. Yeah, he's... Wait. West, so we are back... He's back there. Okay, so... let's see where we at. We met Shaw, chapter 3. The thing is, something in the beginning said that if we exhaust all the things, like if we open the eye completely, we won't see them again. So we still have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have still 10 characters to meet. The thing is, let me look at the map. We will go to Georgia. I think that's a good idea. So if we go to Georgia, where will we go then afterwards? Because we could try from Georgia and go to here, up. Ooh, we could try and go to New York and then, well, I think this is New York, right? So New York, and then we can go all the way back and visit Quinn. So now we need to go south, I think. South, east. Southeast, so that's that way. Alright, let's stop in Montgomery for a minute. Not sure what this is, but let's find out.
Electric lamps stipple the cotton field before you with an orange light, moving like a group of lethargic fireflies. From the field, the voices of the workers reach you in a soulful, united song.
Ooh, the vibes.
You're gently lulled to sleep as the song floats over you. Hello, Lordy, pick a bale of cotton. Hello, Lordy, pick a bale a day. You're pulled out of your slumber by a woman's pained scream and a collection of shouts rising from the field.
We are focusing on the noise.
Screams taper off, soon replaced by the raw cries of an infant. Applause briefly fills the night, eventually fading back into song. Oh, Lordy.
We witnessed a birth.
You wake up to the gentle crescendo of the worker's song, unsure if it ever ceased at all.
Alright,
His smile lights up the room, or rather the cab of the locomotive. Folks gather round as he holds the pull cord. He's a showman through and through. You'll want to cover your ears now for this next part.
we are covering our ears.
Sure doesn't help much. Engineer pulls that chain and the whistle blasts inside your skull. He just smiles through it all. Man must be half deaf.
Probably. Alright.
A round of applause erupts from the small crowd. He passes out bubble gum to the shell-shocked kids, half of them in awe, half in tears. Remember now who gets you there on the advertised. Casey Jones. Everyone's all talk as they head back to their seats. That engineer sure is handsome. Gosh. And that whistle sounded just like a whippoorwill, didn't it? Ain't this the way to travel?
Alright, so now we need to go further east, which is here. Alright. Yeah, just shocked. We just witnessed, well, we didn't witness, we just heard it. We have a way to go. Alright. Man, this OST, I can't stop talking about it. You know what? I'm gonna download this. I'm gonna look this up on Spotify, and hopefully I can just like listen to it tonight when I go to bed. And now we are in Savannah. Where are we? Oh, okay. Alright, so let's do these 3 dots before we go to campfire. Hear a story. You wait in this soup line for over an hour. It's barely crawling along. You round the corner of the building and see far away a lone pair of nurses struggling to ladle out soup to hundreds. I'm gonna be waiting here a while longer, sighs the mother in line beside you. Seems like it. You and her get talking. After a while, the topic drifts into a strange place, and she starts telling you about the ghost of the well-heeled hobo. You recognize it as a story about the last bottle of Armagnac, but way more outrageous than your version. You tell her your version that's not as exciting, she says diplomatically. I mean, it sure sounds realer than what I heard, but I think Toby likes mine best. She bounces her child encouragingly on her hip, but Toby's too hungry to smile. Alright. I kind of wondered, like, how we are going to, like, hold on, let me check. Stories. Oh, these are okay. So hold on. I think I already knew what I. The thing is, what would this? Hold on. The man who made molasses. Can we? How do we switch him out? I don't know why that is like. Okay. Okay, so this needs. I'm gonna keep Masons and then the cloud, but I'm not sure how to like. How do I? Okay, so we can do this. Oh. Ooh. Okay, you know what? We're going to... And then we're going to get right there. Because I like these stories a lot more. Okay, so we already know that. And now we can... I like this one a lot more. Let's see, this one. I like that. Yeah. There's not a lot of stories that I like here. Okay, let's keep it for this for now. Hold on, let me check something. Yeah, that's not a good one. All right, so what we need to do now. This, oh man, this soundtrack is so good.
A sign in town says a farmer is hiring for the sugarcane harvest. A bag-eyed man drives you and 10 hungry strangers out into the cane, where he leaves you. Everyone gets a hatchet, but no instruction. The foreman is missing for some reason. Nobody is sure what to do. A young man in a red jacket stuffs all the hatchets in his pack. "This is stupid," he says. "I'm leaving. You can get $5 for a nice axe like this." He marches off into the cane and others follow. "Don't!" a young woman shouts after them. "It's not right."
She's right.
The thief left some hatchets behind. So you and the 3 chumps left start chopping cane. It's brutal work. None of you know what you're doing. "Keep going," the girl calls. Her hands are bleeding, and her face is bright with sweat. Soon, her cane is piled high.
Chop, chop,
Sometime
chop.
after noon, the truck rolls up with a boozy foreman riding shotgun. "Good work," he croaks. The girl wipes her blood-pinked hands on her apron to take her pay, but doesn't notice the crumpled body in the back of the truck, or the hatchets heaped beside it.
Okay. They got killed.
The blistering sun has
Ooh,
scared
cotton
even
picking.
birds into the shade. But a middle-aged woman and a young couple are still collecting scraps of cotton that the machinery missed. With a ragged voice, the older woman calls to you. "You got any water?"
Sure.
The three of them rush over to you, suddenly reanimated. They pass around your canteen. When you get it back,
It's
it's
empty.
empty. The woman squeezes your hand and sighs with relief. "Sweetest thing I ever tasted."
Wait, water tastes like
Tells you.
wine? Alright. Up to another campfire. Jimmy. Alright, Jimmy, what you got for us?
Evening there. You looking for a sermon or just a chat?
A chat.
Don't really matter, frankly. First thing I ever learned behind the pulpit is that every homily is just a conversation.
Okay.
Ain't as one-sided as you might think either. Preachers ain't shepherds, they're cowboys. They gotta run with the flock, keep them directed without fencing them in. So how about you take a seat and guide us somewhere?
Okay.
Anyway, why don't you tell me a scary story? You must have heard some good ones.
Sure have. Let's try this one.
Oh, you could rattle a congregation's bones, I bet.
Okay.
Sadness? No. A preacher ain't allowed to be sad, except for a certain sort of sadness. You understand?
I guess.
We have to be salve. We have to lift up the community, challenge injustice.
Okay.
Folks like me can't be sad for ourselves when it's the congregation that really hurts. Lately, my journey's been pretty ordinary, just walking church to church. What about you? Been on any adventures?
Loads. Adventures. You know what? Let's try Quinn because we haven't talked about him in a while.
I swear I ain't heard a story good as that in a long minute.
That's
Travel?
me.
Oh, I travel. Moving's in my blood. Pops traveled all over to wrestle. And even after I stepped out on my own, I kept moving.
Okay.
I've been everywhere. Chicago, New York, Atlanta, Houston, Los Angeles. I even... Paris. I even been to Paris.
Nice.
I've been everywhere. Chicago, New York, Atlanta, Houston, Los Angeles. I even...
Okay, there's a...
Paris. I even been to Paris. Hey, do you have any spooky campfire tales? Feels appropriate out here, right?
little bug right there. Spooky. Okay. We could go with the bird story. You know what? Right here. That should work, I think.
Oh, you got me for a second with that one.
Okay.
Death? Well, Ma died a few years after I was born.
Oh.
Pops used to tell me she was beautiful and that I had her eyes and her sense of conscience, but he always said it like it was an insult.
All right.
Anyway, why don't you tell me a scary story? You must have heard some good ones.
Another one. Ask and you shall receive. There we go. We had a lot.
Oh, you could rattle a congregation's bones, I bet.
We had a lot of good successes with the new people we met.
Luck? Forget about luck. Think about necessity.
Okay.
See, you focus on luck, you end up dreaming about what-if scenarios. But ain't nothing promised. You hear me?
Okay.
Instead, think on what you know you can do. What you have to do.
Damn. That's some life advice.
And learn to do it right.
Okay.
You must have seen some pretty wild stuff on the road. What's the most exciting thing you've seen?
Exciting? Okay. Exciting. Exciting. Ooh. You could do the rider. Actually, do we still have that story from I mean, we could try that one. Gwen Mitchin.
You've got a pretty wild life. You know that?
I wish I had. I really do.
Authority? People look to me for leadership. But I tell them that real leadership comes from community.
You know.
The best preachers are cornerstones, not prophets. Well, I got to get moving on. I have a sermon to give in the morning. And the church is a long night of walking that way.
Ooh. You do this in one night?
Walk like you're blessed, child. Because even if you ain't, that's the only way you'll find your holy self.
That's a bar. Hold on. Let me take a screenshot of that. Okay. Not sure what happened there, but this should be fine, right? We're still alive. Alright. Alright. We need to go to Florida, which means we need to go south. As soon as we're south, we're going to use the train and go all the way back up. There we go. Yeah, that's right here. So yeah, that was... Normally I'm not really, you know, big on Preacher guys, but he was alright. I kind of liked it. What is the X? I don't know what that means. We're gonna check that out. It's break time at this half-finished bridge. The workers are gathered around a young man who sits on a bucket like a king. They listen rapidly to this story about the trickster who lures humans with magic stones. Alright, I like this one. It's the girl with the strange stones. The young man on the bucket tells it masterfully, doing all the voices as he's told it this way 1,000 times before. I like that. What do you have? Okay. We're hiring pickers, the farmhand says. Today only, he drives you over 30 or 40 people already making a slow way across an impossibly vast field that touches the hazy horizon. Backbreaking work, but the folks are friendly and the pay is okay. Alright. That's it? Oh, this used to be a campfire right here.
The candles flicker as she waves one hand over the ball. Silver mist swirls up inside it. The tent feels closer around you. Her eyes study you intently as she sets the orb on the table.
Tell me what you see, and I will guide you.
Okay.
She leans forward.
Yes?
Do we have old friends? We do,
Her eyes
I think.
widen.
Someone long lost. Do they have black hair down to here?
She gestures.
And skin like mine?
Maybe? I don't remember anyone
She
like...
leans forward, knuckles whitening over the edges of the table.
What more do you see?
Sunlight.
Her face creases into a smile.
That means I'll see them again soon. That they've forgiven me.
She laughs, long and joyful, leaning back in her chair.
Take this.
She passes you a coin.
It's
Okay.
only proper. Thank you.
All right. How do we check how much? Okay, right here. I wish I could unlock these things. Let's see what this guy. All right. Oh, that's exactly what happened. The mysterious woman who wants to go to church.
The bell over the diner door jingles, and the tired-looking waitress flinches. At the Formica counter, a woman grabs her son to her, pinning his arms.
Wasn't me this time, I swear.
He protests, trying to wriggle free. The waitress surveys him with narrowed eyes.
I didn't!
He protests again. His mother releases him with a sigh.
Okay.
We've talked about this, Charlie. You aren't allowed to bring instruments into the diner anymore. It disturbs the other patrons.
The waitress is distracted, glancing from you to the boy, to the nearly empty coffee pot on the stove, and back again.
What'll it be?
She asks, more toward the wall than to you.
Sorry. Kid's got me on edge. Brought in a trumpet last week. Nearly scared all my customers off.
Okay.
Suddenly, a tinkling cacophony interrupts her. The boy has produced a triangle.
Of course he did. All right. Let's try this, and then we should go further to Florida.
Folks wilt out of every car window, smoking cigarettes and jeering at the quiet crowd gathered outside the train. You spot the detectives by their shirts, buttoned so tight the fabric bites into their necks. Seems this ride's been stalled some time now. You pick up little pieces of separate conversations, breaking up the crowd into discrete individuals.
Oh no.
Porters,
Another
detectives,
dead body.
insurance agents, the bereaved. They form a shallow circle around a prone body in a failed effort to deter rubberneckers.
You know what? Normally I would want to go to eavesdrop on the widow because that's where the juiciest part of the story is. But if you listen to the insurance agents, I believe that maybe we can find something that will eventually help the widow. So let's do that.
The insurance agent tries to keep his voice down. Impossible in his heated state of mind.
Couldn't you press the woman a little more? She's got something up her sleeve. They took out an insurance policy last week.
See? Alright. So now we are going into Florida all the way south. Still haven't figured out how to like whistle and walk. But you know, it is what it is. There's a lot of stuff here left. So I see campfire over there. So what we're going to do, we're going to go to St. Petersburg and then all the way left because there's a thing there. Let's see. What story is going to be embellished this time? The policeman in the truck on this corner is having a pretty wild argument with someone on the other end of the radio. No, he keeps saying, no way. You listen in as the man on the radio finishes a wild story. about the fortune teller whose dark past stained the souls of all of her clients. Hold on. I swear this is what happened. The cop over the radio insists that that's when it clicks. You know the story. It's a stranger version of the story of the fortune teller and the curse, but with some bits left out or replaced. Ain't true, the cop in the truck sighs. If only he knew. Is that a crow?
The man takes a shine to you.
Okay.
He leans in too close and talks about the true music of the soul people who know him, about the things he's done. Everyone else in the club is focused on the stage, but he ignores it and talks to you. The man assembles his horn, and the musicians welcome him on stage for a jam session. He plays a melody of mourning, the sound of an empty glass on a dusty bar.
Ooh.
The regulars nod and applaud. He sits beside you again, glowing with muted pride. Family troubles. Surrounded by manipulative siblings who were jealous of his lifestyle. He was forbidden to see his mother before she died. He pulls a discolored photograph from the instrument case. He and his mother together, smiling. Tears rim his eyes. Soon, he nods off at the bar. You gather your things and leave. By the door, however, you see a faded old gig poster. You recognize him in the big band ensemble posing there. Younger, smiling brilliantly, sharply dressed. But you cannot remember his name.
That was a good story. I really liked that one.
The girl presses her fingers into the man's shoulder. Watch! The train pounds past, throwing up thick and suffocating dust. For several minutes, the world is nothing but a cloud. It settles to reveal the two, now painted orange with filth.
What is happening?
Making sure he understands.
She looks at the man.
Do you?
He nods.
Come back tomorrow, an hour earlier.
He nods again, glances warily at you, and then runs away. The girl stares at you appraisingly.
You ain't escaped. You're not with the law. Why are you here?
Just traveling
She
through.
snorts. Lucky? She smiles. It's a bright crescent against the ochre dirt.
I have a duty. I run the route. I get people out of this shithole. But it means I can't leave.
She's a smuggler?
At this bend, the trains have to slow. If you've got enough layers on and you know when to jump, get aboard without breaking much. I know all the timings.
The look she gives you is combative.
If I showed you how, would you take it? A train to anywhere?
Sure.
You'd take a chance like that? When you have a choice?
She smiles again, but it is forced. Sad.
People who like to be surprised by the future never had a really bad surprise.
That's so true. That's why I don't like surprises. Sorry. I I had a few surprises of my own back in the day, and yeah, well, you know what? She is telling the truth. If you're always surprised, like if you like surprises, you never had a bad surprise. And trust me, bad surprises are not the kind of surprise you want to have. All right, let's see. We need to go east, and then yeah, so we go here. All right. and then we're going to go to camp, and then I think we can slowly think, or at least plan for what we're going to do from there on, because that was the whole point. All right.
His eyes light up when he sees you.
Excellent. I'm short for the morning edition. Fancy giving a quick interview? People around here are always keen to hear from outsiders. Plus, there's a fee in it for you.
All
The
right.
man throws you a few soft questions and scribbles shorthand into his notepad.
That's great. Let me get it typed up.
He disappears into the back. He left today's paper on his desk, but it looks off somehow. You struggle to make out the words.
Is he like a
Instead of letters, the paper's printed with curved symbols and sharp glyphs. The layout and photos are normal.
what is this?
But the text is wrong. A lap of the room reveals the same. Papers, notes, even desk calendars are gibberish. The journalist returns and stops dead. He rushes forward and catches you by the wrist, pulling you towards the door.
It's not for you.
He thrusts a coin into your hand.
You need to leave.
Okay, a
The
little bit
centers
rude.
of his eyes bear two matching glyphs. He slams the door behind you. The sign above the door is written in those glyphs. Was it English before? Every street sign and business name bears the same incomprehensible symbols. The townsfolk watch you go. Their eyes each carry their own symbol.
We were in the wrong part of town. Okay, hold on. Kind of like, I wish I could just walk through the forest, but I guess not. All right. So, we are in Miami. You know what? We're going to do those two dots at the back first, then the campfire, and then the city. That's what we're going to do. Let's check out that the new embellishment first. Okay. So the man reads the newspaper but barely contain horror. His grimace spreading wider and wider as he makes his way down the page. Suddenly his frown cracks into something with a little more amazement in it. Whoa, he says. What's the matter? He reads out a story about the ghost of a woman executed in Paris long ago. You're shocked. It's the story of the dead woman in the yellow ribbon. But some bits changed. Do you think it really happened? Oh yes. Sounds like nonsense to me for sure. The stuff they print these days. Okay. What is here?
In front of the cops is a sturdy house. It is neatly shut up, and there is an undisturbed layer of dirt on the front porch. Crack. There must be someone inside.
All right, let's investigate.
No one responds to your knock, and the door is locked. But a barrel below the window affords easy access inside. As you poke your head in, there's a whistle, and a rope catches your neck.
Move, and we'll choke you.
The rope tightens, squeezing your throat. Your breath rasps.
Stop it! Stop it! You gotta let go.
The voice is high and light. A woman's? The rope slackens for a moment, long enough for you to work the noose loose and get your head free. Two voices are arguing.
I said, I'm not staying if you hurt people.
That's the second voice. No, it's a child.
If we don't keep our home secret, how are we going to be safe?
Another
Ooh.
child, a boy.
Probably like two kids trying to
You
like live in
slip the
peace.
noose off while they fight. The girl glances at her sullen companion before addressing you.
I'm very sorry, but you're not welcome. We don't allow adults here. Adults cannot be trusted.
She reaches for your hand.
If you promise not to tell anyone where we are, we'll let you go unharmed. Thank you. You're all right, I reckon.
The girl smiles.
Good luck on your travels.
The boy sticks his chin out.
If you tell anyone, I'll get you.
The girl sighs.
If you tell anyone,
All right.
we'll have to live in the woods.
They're homeless. They're doing the best they can. What do you have
You
here?
didn't think the musician would even notice you. He seemed off in his own little world, idly strumming and muttering along in tune. He stops and calls out to you from his perch on the sidewalk.
What's your name?
We don't lie.
He winks.
Let's not lie.
Now watch this.
He sings Baby Won't You Please Come Home, but with your name in the lyrics. Now, he says,
If you found that meant something to you, and you want to show some of that appreciation, I sure would be obliged.
You know what? Let's dip
I'm
him.
mighty obliged. I can see you got the flower prints in your heart.
You're about to ask what he means, but his confidential nod suggests that's the end of the conversation.
We just got
You
scammed.
leave.
He
feeling
played
little
us like a
poorer
fiddle.
in a lot of ways.
All right. Campfire and meet a new character. Who do we meet today? Dupree.
You
Oh.
look good, honey. You got a life? You
Oh.
like a good story?
Ma'am, I'm full of good stories.
I like to hear about people and make bets with them.
Oh, okay, hold on. I don't have a lot
I
of money.
like to hear about the weird, handsome people. Get convinced by the rich jackasses who'll play blackjack and lose into the night. Dames who are lit cigarettes burning to the end.
The sound? Hold on.
I want to be around furious people who use me and I use them. Are you one, stranger?
I mean, I guess.
Come close to me.
Keep your distance. I don't know you like that.
Got any exciting stories? Like the movies?
Hell yeah, I do. Right here. How about them? How about them apples, huh?
Well, well, they should let you make the movies, honey.
They should. Uh-huh.
The law? I can get by with the law.
Okay.
The law thinks I'm a victim, a sad girl of the streets, a damaged girl, a girl who ain't got no fate and whose daddy didn't love her. My daddy's dead, and all cops are in my pocket, stranger. I will tell you that if I tell you anything. The law is bad for us Roman kids. It does not serve us. But you learn to get that sad, pale girl on. They love that. Sometimes you gotta promise them something more and... Well, I don't say it's pleasant, but you born in a body. Sometimes people treat you like you need the power taken from it.
Okay. Don't we know how to react to that?
Hey, got any exciting stories? Like the movies?
Exciting. Exciting. Like the movies. Exciting. Maybe this one? Because that's kind of exciting, right? Ghost, right?
Sweetheart, did I say I wanted to hear some crap joke?
I guess not.
Life is real complicated, and the only person I really have faith in is myself.
Okay. A little self-centered,
As
but...
much as you're good looking, I can't trust you, you know?
I mean...
I get close to you and suddenly I lose a part of myself in there and you can take it away from me. And you got that glint, friend. I see it.
I don't want to toot my own horn, but...
Got any stories with ghosts or murderers or blood or something like that?
I got a lot of those. Okay, so we have a few ghost stories. Let's see. Not that. Right here. Operated by ghosts, right?
Just what I asked for. That spooky stuff gets my heart going like a good hand sometimes do.
Is that a euphemism for something?
I thought about starting one once. Maybe just a one-night stand with one of the handsome ones, you know.
Okay.
One of the ones that wins or buys the brandy or who tells you could come straight out of that Hopper painting and they are so gentlemanly like that. And I could just never tell them what happened to my belly and have my own family. Me and my little one, and we'd gamble together and stake the world.
Okay.
Hey, got any exciting stories? Like the movies?
Exciting, right? I mean, this is kind of exciting, right? I don't think she's gonna like that one, though. Ooh, okay. Okay, that was boring.
Sometimes, you know, I think, what would it take to make you stop, Ms. Dupree?
Okay.
Maybe it's love that would make me stop roaming and stop betting. And I think sometimes boys are like gambling, ain't they?
I mean,
You put all your
no.
concentration on them, you grift them, you follow them, you wait for them to pay off. But sometimes you just get shot in the stomach. And you wake up in that hospital and think, I ain't for love, Joe, I ain't for it. I can't be cared for, I can't afford it, no sir.
Oh no, that's what happened to her.
Hey, got any exciting stories? Like the movies?
This one was pretty good.
Honey, thrills is the stuff I live on. That one will keep me going. I won big back in Reno and I got obsessed with luck.
Okay.
I was drinking absinthe at the time and smoking
Horrible
only
drink.
darn European cigarettes that made me cough like a mule, and boy, after that win, I drank the Green Fairy good and smoked like a redwood bonfire.
The Green Fairy is a reference as a different name for absinthe. Apparently it makes you hallucinate. A lot of French artists were on that stuff. I guess back in the day, in ye olden days, 1800s, I think. But, you know, Don't drink.
And you
Listen.
know what I learned? I learned to pick my tables and expect music on the jaw. Shit. Next time, let's up the stakes, shall we? Why don't we spend some time with bourbon and 5-card stud? You bring the bourbon, of course. And when the moon's fuller, I might let you in on some secrets on life. Have you any?
I mean, I do. Okay, so we know she's up north. North. Alright. Let's look ahead because she's going to be right there. Let's first of all go to Miami, pick up some money, and then we can go back to Dupree and ask how she's doing. Okay. Enter Miami. We need to explore and earn money.
You've enjoyed a break on the beach, staring off the edge of the world. But the sun is starting to go down, and the breeze is getting stronger. As you're about to stand, a man plonks down near you. He sits a polite distance off, but looks at you expectantly.
I assume that we greet him warmly.
Smiles weakly. I just got fired. First Spanish-American radio host in the state, and they fired me. They needed to make cuts, I get that, but I'm twice the... He trails off. I don't know what I'm going to tell my wife. I could try the docks, but there's already more men than jobs, and I could barely support the family on what they pay. He hangs his head. And my boy, I can't bring myself to tell them. I don't know what to do. He calms as the sun drops below the horizon. An expanse of darkness is ahead of you. Turning back to the lights of the city reminds you that the world hasn't gone away. After a long silence, he speaks. It's never going to get better, is it?
It's always going to get better.
It takes you a moment to notice his sobbing over the noise of the waves. I've got to tell them, haven't I? I'll go to the port in the morning and see if they'll take me. You can no longer make him out in the dark, but his hand touches your shoulder as he leaves.
Okay, so I want to stand still with this particular piece of dialogue for a minute, because even though it's 2026, 2025 wasn't that great of a year in many respects. And a lot of people will say, like, it's always going to get better, and I want to believe that, but sometimes it just takes a while, you know what I mean, to actually see how exactly it's going to improve. And some people just say, it's going to get worse before it can get better, something like that. I don't know. We always got to keep on hoping. Let's earn money. You wandered the streets of the city looking for a way to make some cash. Look for work. You hit 4 factories, but nobody's hiring today. Soon you notice it cruising around the city with the same loose group of rejected laborers, coughing men in baggy clothes, women with babies tied to their backs, an older fellow with only one hand. Nobody wants us. After the 5th factory, everyone makes a silent agreement to give up. You sit on the curb across the factory doors and eat your sad little lunches together in silence. Screw this city, huh? Alright. So we go to Dupree, and then we're going to our preacher guy. The thing is, technically we could go from here with the train. Should we go to New York? Okay, let me... Can I not just... Why does it... I mean, we're pretty far from New York, right? I have a map right there, believe it or not. You know, I do want to see Quentin again. What is that? Okay, you know what? We're going to Louisiana. We're going to follow Florida, meet up with the preacher, and stop in Louisiana. That's where we're going to end this episode, this stream. How long have I been streaming? Hold on, let me check. Almost 2 hours. All right. All right, so I don't see anything else here, so nothing really different except for Dupree, and then we just follow all the way until we see that little campfire in the distance. Dupree.
I always knew you'd come loping back my way and catch me checking for marks.
Alright, miss, let's see.
How you been, traveler? I'm afraid I got myself in some damn tight spots since we last made bets with each other. It's the way of the world.
I guess.
You give too much, someone gon' take away too much. Just don't mind me if I seem like I'm wincing. It ain't you. It's just love making its way to hell. Come over. Come sit. Hey, got any exciting stories?
Exciting stories
like
again?
The movies?
Oh, the thing is, I don't know if I have a lot of those today. Alright. You know what? Let's begin here. You know what? Let's try these ancient battles, right? Let's try that. Because it's not going to be for her, but I'm not sure if she's going to mess with, like... Yeah, see? No.
The things he promised me? It was like the world was looking into my soul and offering them on a plate.
Okay.
And maybe I bought into it because he was like me. Crooked, playing the customers. He would count until he knew he could make a deal with me. It's possible he's still out there, loving me in a bathtub of money I made him.
Ooh.
I close my eyes and remember that squint he had, like, what you looking at, Miss Dupree? Hey, got any exciting story?
Exciting. Alright, let's see. Exciting. Exciting. I mean, this is pretty exciting.
Quit it, stranger. That sweet nonsense'll kill me young, faster than the drinking do.
Okay, tough crowd tonight.
Well, maybe last time we met, Joy was not answering to anyone. But now, I guess I think it's a man who can see when he's kicking the sick pup already. I mean, at some point I thought maybe the worldly heights were that man's hands. Fingertips with calluses from cut decks and as sensitive as could feel a dog ear. Oh, and he could make me sing like nothing. He could squeeze every noise out of me. Ms. Dupree, he'd say, you've got a voice like no one ever been kind to you. And I thought he was the wisest man for looking at me from the outside. Got any stories with ghosts or murderers or blood or something like that?
We do have one of those, but... Alright, let's see. Murderers. Blood. Ghosts. Maybe this one?
God damn, you're giving me the chills, sweetheart.
Alright, we're
Maybe
back in
Lady
it.
Fortune has it in for me. I've been losing recently. On a tilt since he left, like a branding iron ain't ever left my skin. When I was younger, I hadn't seen all the ways you can lose. When you're young, you don't even have nothing to lose. You can eat what you like and nothing give you indigestion. Now I don't say hello at gas stations in case someone somewhere trips on me. Got any stories with ghosts or murderers or blood or something like that?
Murderers. 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 Ghosts. Maybe this one. The Rider in the Wood. The Rider, something like that, right? The Rider in the Woods, yeah.
Just what I asked for. That spooky stuff gets my heart going like a good hand sometimes do.
Alright.
Feelings are sort of prison, ain't they?
Yeah.
Sometimes I look at you and find myself liking you. But I don't trust you, sweetheart, and there's the game between us. The game is always between us, pushing us away from each other, this big checkers board. If I wanted you, I could never tell you. That's the way the game works. Got any stories with ghosts or murderers or blood or something like that?
Alright. Ghosts and murderers. Ghosts and murderers. Let's see this one if you like that one. I don't think you're going to like that one,
Sounds
but
like you're trying to sell me
yeah,
something with a
we
sad
sold.
tale.
We absolutely sold.
If you want to do that, honey, you gotta make it seem real.
Alright.
I guess when you've been hurt like that, you wonder what the other person were thinking when they doing the damage.
Yeah, you always do.
This boy, though, you were patient and fine looking.
Mm-hmm.
When I saw him with my baseball bag, I knew. As I ran up to snatch it back, I knew. And when he hit me, it hurt two kinds. It hurt two kinds. And the kind without the blood hurts the worst. Because the body heals and the mind don't.
She got robbed, scammed, and shot in the stomach. That's crazy.
And the night's ending. I see a lot more of these sunrises than I ought to, I think. But it's beautiful, so it can't be all harm, can it? I was recently spending a lot of time out late with that boy, which I regret. But what can you do? Nothing but move on, and hold some scorn for yourself in your pocket till you learn your lesson. Keep an eye out if you find yourself nearby, all right? We can talk again, sweetheart. And share another bottle, and maybe play some cards.
Alright, she's up north. All right, we almost had that one. Let's see what we have here. After gossiping for a while about the weather and the crops and the state of the world, all bad and getting worse, he takes a different tack. You look like someone who likes a good story, he wheezes. Try this one on for size. After loudly and repeatedly clearing his throat, he tells you the story of the miller who'd grind travelers to death on his millstone. It sounds a lot like the story of the haunted mill operated by ghosts, but with some parts changed and other parts added. When he grins up at you at the conclusion of the tale, you give him the effusive praise he's apparently expecting. You'll have to remember that version, even if it's not quite what happened. It's a good story. So, Miss Dupree is over there, but we have something here. So we could technically go to Dupree again, but we don't have enough stories for her. So what we're going to do is we're going right here. I think this should be the swamp area, right? Wait, what is... Oh, that's the preacher guy, right? Preacher guy? Let's see.
The huge farm dogs bark hysterically. A scent pervades the air, rich and salty, with a tang that fills your mouth with saliva. No wonder the dogs are wild. The burlap sacks hanging from this tree are stained carmine. They drip. Man near the tree shouts. He bellows, "Mind where you step! Don't want that in your shoes!" Puddles of blood congeal below the tree. The man points proudly at the bags.
Oh, okay. I thought
Sure
it was like decapitated
Let me
heads or
just bite
something.
into one right now. The dogs throw themselves against the gate. It shudders. Nah, they're just big pups. They won't do themselves any harm. The gate groans. Think you'll come back this way? You want to try the meat when it's ready? The gate rattles off its hinges. It crashes to the ground. 3 slavering dogs rush towards you.
You know what? We're going to climb the
You're
tree.
up the tree in seconds. The man follows as swiftly, swinging himself up onto a high branch. Fuck! The pair of you sit there, with nothing to do but watch the dogs lap up the muddy blood puddles.
Okay.
The dogs have ignored the man's shouts for what feels like hours. They have to tire out soon. They'll listen to me then.
Buddy, I don't think that
Man
these dogs
sounds
are going to listen to
unconvinced.
you. Dogs have like
Beasts
a
circle
one-track
the
mind.
tree,
If they're not
hungry.
fed,
Their eyes
I
are
don't think they're gonna
staring.
listen very well.
Their bared teeth are covered in white foam.
Ooh, it's over. It's actually over.
The dogs have more patience than the man. He's moved to jump down several times already. Each attempt has only driven the dogs into a greater frenzy.
Why? What didn't he feed the dogs? Why
Wish
would he
you'd
do that?
Something. You'll be here for hours more. You ignore the man's shouts of outrage. You both need this distraction. The meat bag thumps to the ground. The hounds are savaging it in seconds. You slip down from the other side of the tree and run, putting as much distance as you can between you and the dogs.
All right. So let's see where we at now. Tallahassee. All right. What is here? I still have a lot of questions about how this game works, because search and then did we lose some? Oh, we just got something.
They move through the streets like a wave of raucous, joyful noise, with their eyes wandering wildly. You get the sense that those particular children, all dressed in uniform winter coats, don't get out much.
Okay.
You wave a friendly greeting at the group, and soon they surround you.
You have any candy?
Asks a frog-headed moppet.
Have you traveled far?
Inquires a patchwork cloth girl.
Okay.
Now, be polite. Leave the traveler alone.
The teacher's voice is gentle but firm. You get the sense that she's more like her pupils than she lets on. You don't have any candy, but you do have stories from the road. You find a rapt audience in this pack of strange beasts. When the teacher finally tugs them along, you know your legend must have grown several sizes.
The bizarre children. All right. All right. Not sure where we're going now, because we are going to this spot, and after that, we need to. You know what? We are going to stop in Louisiana. That's where we're going. I said that already, right? Okay, so we're going to stop in Louisiana. All right. Let me see what story. Determined socialist. All right.
A man lies motionless beside the half-finished railroad tracks. A sheet covers his body only from his neck to his knees, revealing muscled calves and calloused feet. A group of men in prison stripes stands beside him. The sound of weeping carries on the air.
Pay your respects.
As you approach, a woman appears by your side. Her cheeks are wet, but her voice is steady.
Did you dream about my husband's death too? Or the machine they made him race? It's not right.
Mrs. She nods.
When I woke, I knew it was a true dream, and where to find his body to say goodbye.
Tears well in her eyes.
He was the best of men, and the only family I had left. But now...
The tears spill over. One of the men takes her elbow and leads her gently away.
All right. Sorry, I just had a notification.
You stride beneath a waning crescent moon that hangs low above the horizon. The sky is clear but for a few wisps of clouds, and there's just enough light to guide your way.
Walk in the moonlight.
Continuing past the empty fields and small ponds, you hear the telltale cadence of a horse. Looking around for the source of the noise, one of those clouds begins to obscure the moon, throwing the world before you into inky darkness. As if perfectly choreographed, you see the horse and its rider emerging from the encroaching of shadow. They pull around so as to stop just on the boundary between light and dark. Lovely night, the rider croons, soft and low. Ha ha ha! I knew you'd understand, friend. The rider cheers, slapping his thigh for good measure. I just adore nights such as this. Looking up at all the stars, knowing about all those miles between them, makes the distance I've got to go seem manageable.
All right.
Most folks look at the void above and try to fill it with gods, trace shapes to bridge the distance between the lights. I heard tale of tribes way down south that outline the dark parts of the sky for their constellations. That's a beautiful thought. The horse seems to smile in approval, while the rider continues his soliloquy. For me, though, it's not about the shapes between the stars so much as the vastness of space itself. Against such an incomprehensible backdrop, why, even an imperfect life looks like a sublime miracle.
That is one of the most beautiful sentences I've ever heard in my life. I think I just lost myself for a minute. Hold on, I want to take a picture of this. Do I have it? Okay, I think I did.
Anyway, friend, I'd best be getting on. Have a good one. The horse and rider bow gracefully as one. Then they turn and move on through the darkness, beyond your ability to see. You decide to linger, laying on your back, looking up at the stars, until you eventually fall asleep. You awake the next day at dawn, just in time to see the sunrise. It's blindingly bright, but also just about the most exquisite sunrise you've ever seen. As you stretch and get ready to resume your travels, you notice that you feel incredibly well rested.
Okay. All right. So, what do we have here? All right, Jimmy, talk to us.
Oh, it is a good day to see you, child. Just need a little company is all.
He speaks a lot faster than I was hoping. Like,
Led a celebration of life today. Young man, 17, maybe 18. Closed casket.
celebration of life, he calls it.
They did that boy wrong, they did.
Jesus Christ.
I suppose I'm glad I gave his family a little hope, at least. Anyway, why don't you tell me a scary story? You must have heard some good ones.
Scary. Let's try this one.
Tearjerkers need a little more truth in them, I think.
Okay. Didn't like that.
Sadness? I was waiting in it today. That poor congregation. Normally you'd get a local pastor for something like a funeral, but the old boy died his own self, and the church's deacon is still in mourning.
Oh.
Lately, my journey's been pretty ordinary, just walking church to church. What about you? Been on any adventures?
Adventures. I mean, we got stabbed in the stomach that time. Hey, we got a new chat. Hold on.
Sorry, that kind of thing don't scare me anymore, if that's what you're going for.
Hey, Ellie. Yeah, I'm doing great. Not sure how long you've been here, but we've been playing Where the Water Tastes Like Wine. Amazing game. The best soundtrack I've ever heard. Again, like, there's a lot of good soundtracks, but if you try and look up the soundtrack for this game, you will not be disappointed. So, the whole point of this game is to build stories. So, we had a lot of luck in the first half of this stream, but now I think I'm starting to struggle again because I don't have a lot of the stories that the people are looking for. So let's hope that we have at least some of the stories that they're asking for.
I didn't know the boy, so I asked his brothers and sisters to share their memories of him.
All right.
He danced, they said, loved baseball, called his father Big Man.
Okay.
Hey, do you have any spooky campfire tales? Feels appropriate out here, right?
Honestly, Ali, the thing is, I've been thinking and playing with the idea of introducing another game because I don't want every stream to be about the same game until I finish this one, because this one I think is going to take a while. So I want to switch it up with the next stream. I have a few games that I have in mind. The thing is, it's probably going to be a scary game. Yeah, sure. I mean, I'm not sure if I'm going to have those games, but if you have any suggestions, let me know. I'll try to get it if I don't already have it. I'm not sure, because the thing is, I'm a bit new at the whole PC gaming. Like, mostly, I've been a console gamer my entire life, so I might not know all of them. Hollow Knight. Oh, I've played Hollow Knight. I've beat Hollow Knight. And actually, hold on. Let me. Can I pause this? Okay, hold on. Hollow Knight is one of my all-time favorite indie games of all time. The thing is, I went into Hollow Knight blind, and that was an experience. Okay, first of all, I didn't beat every boss in Hollow Knight. I wasn't able to do the God Home DLC because that was just too much for me. Every boss that I fought in Hollow Knight was a grind, and it was like just trying to power through all of the bosses. But the only thing I was not able to complete are two things, I think, which is the God Home DLC and Nightmare King Grim. That's the only two things that I have not been able to beat. And as a bonus, I've played Silksong as well. The day it came out, because I remember the day it came out, the PlayStation Store was crashed, so I couldn't buy it, and I had to wait like 3 hours after it technically launched before I could buy it. And I started playing it the day after because it was already like past midnight. It was like 1 a.m., 2 a.m. or something like that. And Silksong, I'm not going to spoil anything because I don't know how many people have already played it or not. But it is amazing. And they're going to come out with a DLC this year. I'm not sure when, but it's called The Sea of Sorrow. And I cannot wait. In Silksong, I also didn't completely finish it because I am now at Act 3 and I only have one boss left, which is the final boss of the final act. So I'm not gonna spoil anything for anyone in case anyone is seeing this VOD, but it is so good. It is really good. It's hard though. It's actually really difficult. The bosses I was struggling the most with in Silksong, it has to be Tormented Trobio, and I guess the Widow. But I mean, just aside from that, it is actually so good. It is good. The thing is, I've tried Blasphemous as well, because that was something that got compared to Hollow Knight a lot. And if you are Oof. If you like Hollow Knight, and you haven't tried Blasphemous, I highly recommend playing it or trying it. It is really good. I like the story. It's a bit more Dark Soul in terms of like story and how it presents itself, but it is good. It's all I can say. It's really good. It's also a bit difficult, like Hollow Knight. But if you like Hollow Knight, I think you're going to find yourself at home with Blasphemous. I played the first game, but I didn't complete. I haven't started the second game because Blasphemous has a sequel. Yeah, final bosses are something else. The thing is, one thing that I want to tell you about the final boss, in Silksong, the final boss in Act 2 and the final boss in Act 3, there is a big gap. I feel like if you complete Act 2, by the time you complete Act 2, the final boss of Act 2 doesn't feel that difficult. Like, for Act 2, the final boss, it didn't take me that many tries. I think I 5 tries or something, and I got it down. So I was kind of surprised by that. I'm not sure why. But yeah. But again, even if you finish the second act, there's always a third act, so you can look forward to that. Man, Hollow Knight is thing is, I never thought I would get so into it, because I was kind of concerned that I would never be able to really get into it because of how difficult it is. But the thing is, Hollow Knight is very fair. Like, it rewards learning and recognizing the patterns and everything. So that was, as soon as I got some of these bosses done, I was like, that is the most satisfying experience I had in gaming in a while. Because again, like, there are some other games, like, for example, one thing I did not really enjoy, it's not in Hollow Knight, it's in another game. It's the God of War Ragnarok. I love the story, I love the game, but one thing I didn't really enjoy was the Berserkers. It's like a side quest, and I felt like the difficulty spike was huge, like, compared into like the regular bosses in the main story, and then the side bosses. I think there was a lot, like, there was a big gap, and I didn't really understand. Anyways, but yeah, I kind of the games I like to play most are like story games. Again, I kind of am only starting to dabble in like other genres. But yeah, I mean, the chat is for everyone. If you feel like you want to share something, be my guest. You don't need to ask for my permission. So yeah. But yeah, like, I think I have a few scary games on the roster that are available to me that I might want to check out, but I have to be a bit transparent and say, like, there's a lot of some of these games are a bit older, and I'm not sure if anyone's going to like those, because the thing is, like, for example, I bought this Valve bundle a while back, which was about like Half-Life and like Portal. And the thing is, a lot of the PC gaming community is like raving and you know, claiming that these are classics, and I believe them, but I kind of want to find out for myself what the hype is all about, you know what I mean? So yeah. Oh, nice. Being a digital artist is really difficult. That's all I know. Like, when I went to school, we had some drawing classes, and drawing is difficult. I never could draw really well, so I could draw stick figures, but that's about it. And they're not even great stick figures, you know what I mean? Yeah, sure. I mean, if you have like an art Instagram or like a website or something you want to post, feel free. I'm not that well known. I only have like what 5 followers, so it's technically just me and my own thoughts here, right? Okay. Ooh, okay. Fun fact, I don't really have a Discord just yet. I am in the process of trying to get everything prepared, but I'm sorry, I don't have a Discord. But if you want, you can maybe drop your Instagram or your other social media handles, and I'll try to look you up, or a website if you have a website. What is that? But yeah, just let me know. I'm still figuring all the social media content out, but feel free to let me know. Let me round this story off here. Oh, damn it, I forgot. What am I supposed to do? All right, I'm going to be blind here, so. The Bizarre Children. Maybe this one? I have no idea what I'm...
That's how it is, huh? Well, maybe you ain't seen as much of this world as I have.
Okay. That's...
Choice? Yeah, some days. I really believe that we all have choices in life. We are truly free to decide whether to live moral lives or to throw ourselves headlong into sin and profit.
You can find me on Instagram on WinRislo. Just my name, type it in on Instagram, and it should be, it should pop up. WinRislo, one word. It should pop up. You should see my face on there.
But on days like today, I think maybe only God chooses, and he does so with arbitrary cruelty.
Ooh. Okay, let me just put this on. Yeah, my battery just died. Alright.
You must have seen some pretty wild stuff on the road. What's the most exciting thing you've seen?
You know what? Let's tell the story about the seance.
Huh. That one's trying to be scary, right? Don't work on me, I guess.
Okay. That was a
Fate
whole
and fortune? Well, crimes like this make destiny something easy to believe in. Washes our hands. Tells us there's nothing that could have been done. But it washes the hands of the offender, too. It is fearful resignation and nothing more.
Alright. I don't think we're going to have a lot of success with this guy today.
Lately, my journey's been pretty ordinary. Just walking church to church. What about you? Been on any adventures?
I mean, adventures. Maybe this? I mean, it's a simple story.
I'm not sure that one moves me. Joy? I'm a man of God, but I don't have no joyous Holy Spirit running through me.
Yeah.
The only time I smile is when the congregation does. Well, the night's over. I've got miles to go, of course. A long way to go alone. But this poor boy's still haunting my head. I wish we'd been able to continue our talk. I don't have a preacher of my own to seek solace from, you know? My next leg takes me this way. Maybe we'll cross paths again.
Oh, back in
Seem to be
Florida.
lucky that way.
Alright. Alright. Hold on, let me check something. Yeah, I might have to call it quits here. Because still have. Let me see. Oh. Yeah, sure. Um, no worries. I'll get that done.
Just carried out a large-scale strike on Venezuela, bombing multiple military sites in and around the country's capital and reportedly capturing the president, Nicolas Maduro, and his wife, who are now being flown to the United States to face charges. Now, this was done completely without congressional approval, and US President Donald Trump will be making an announcement later this morning, which you can watch along with me on YouTube if you'd like. And the official word, of course, has been that this is all related to dismantling the drug cartels operating out of Venezuela, but there's been a lot of speculation about destabilization. Welcome to the fucking news. I'm your host, Kellerman, and the U.S. military just carried out a large-scale strike on Venezuela, bombing multiple military sites in and around the country's capital and reportedly capturing the president, Nicolas Maduro, and his wife, who are now being flown to the United States to face charges. Now, this was done completely without congressional approval, and U.S. President Donald Trump will be making an announcement stabilization and.
All right. Yeah. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut it here because something came up and I am going to need to address that. Anyway, sorry for having a bit of a weird ending today, but what I'm going to do now is I'm going to basically tell you what we're going to do for next episode. So we are here in the northern of Florida. So we could go to Dupree, but before we could do that, we need some happy and exciting stories. Same as probably for our other characters that we've seen. Jimmy. So again, we've met a few characters this episode. We met Dupree, we met Jimmy, and we met Althea. So far, Althea is kind of my favorite character so far. Again, Franklin is pretty good, pretty upbeat. I like that. And in order to progress with them, what I'm thinking is, if I look at the map, if we get to here, we should go back all the way to. You know what? Let's try here and just make our way back and see if we can't do anything here again. This is called Massachusetts, maybe. So we're probably going to go to Massachusetts. I thought we would end up in Louisiana, but I don't think that's a good spot to be at now because we need to track some happy stories. That's what we really do need, some happy stories, and we're not gonna, I'm just going on a limb here and assume that if we speak to Quentin, maybe we can have some more things that we need in order to progress with other people. But so far, hold on. Yeah. Don't worry, Harley. I'm going to follow you on Instagram, but don't worry about it. But yeah, like I said, what I'm going to do is, um, again, like I'm still not completely sold on going all the way back, because I have a feeling that there, like, I don't know what's here, because this just looks to me like empty space. Again, I'm gonna let it stew overnight, and next stream we can decide together what direction we'll pick, because so far I'm not quite sure what to make of it all. This is a whole empty spot, like empty area, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different states. So again, let me think on it, and we will decide together. I think that's the best way to move forward. So for now, thank you very much for talking with me, spending your time with me, and hopefully you enjoyed it. That's the most important aspect. As long as you enjoyed it, my mission is complete. Take care, and I'll see you in the next stream. Yeah, that's it. I don't have anything else to say, but take care.